as I promised, we were going to continue exactly where we left off. It took a little bit longer than 20 minutes, or very much longer than 20 minutes, but I'm back. At this point, we realized that old bag here is pretty biased. She's pretty biased. Hold on one second. So we are back. I'm trying to send Mysterious an invite because for some reason, like, he clicked on the bell, but it doesn't let him know when I'm streaming. So, sorry about the delay. But we literally came in right where we left off. But anyway, so she believes that the samurai, that he did it. She claims that she has proof that he did it. Know how that goes. We almost ready. We just rounded it up for a minute. So, so far my opinions on this game is it is very fun and it's very unique. And maybe I don't know much about these kind of games, but I have not actually played a game on console like this before. Usually you'll see these kind of games on PC, and there's so many of them, but not on console. This is what, like, it kind of reminds me of how Final Fantasy used to be back in the day. I mean, minus the open world, but you know, it kind of reminds me of how it used to be, when people would, you know, pop up on the screen like this. And so I felt like that genre of games was out. Like, they're not going to still do that anymore because I felt like, you know, there's so many, it seems like all of the best companies are trying hard to keep up with, you know, the latest fad, you know, the what's in and what's hot right now. You know, every shooter game tries to be like a version of Call of Duty or, you know, a Battle Royale-ish type game. A lot of RPGs are trying to either go the, you know, Silent Hill way, the Resident Evil way, the Left 4 Dead way. And, you know, I guess in hindsight, it's really hard to create a new niche. It's really hard not to, get mistaken for trying to be like other games, especially when you may have been inspired by another game. I don't think it's about what you're trying to be like. I think it's about the originality that you bring to it. And so that's one thing that I can say that I'm starting to see a little bit less of amongst the AAA games. And so now it's a lot of indie games such as this, that are really taking the show, and for once they actually have a ground to stand on. And so it's really cool to see that. But without further ado, let's continue where we left off. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate. It's a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who could blame him? About the security camera. Oh yes, the camera. It's automatic. It can tell when someone walks through that gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently, it records the time when it takes a picture too. But I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photos on the computer over in the security guard station. I check them every day before going home. I do. Okay. So the computer that runs the studio security cameras. Hey, no touching. Okay. Jesus. An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. Okay. The main entrance to the studio. There was a big scene here yesterday with onlookers pressing up against the gate. Okay. Looks like a studio van? No, she doesn't like me very much. I'm definitely getting that vibe. I thought that she might actually like me a lot. I was like, wow, maybe it's tough love, but nope. I think she really hates me. So you didn't miss much. You literally missed like a few sentences. The security guard station. That security lady must like junk food. There's a mountain of it on the desk in there. Did you see her face when you touched the computer? Look. Hey, no touching. Oh man, I wish like if you did it so often, she would kick you out. Alright, so we don't have anything to present. Can we present this? What's that? You giving that to me? Absolutely not. I was wondering if she would give an opinion over it, but yeah, I guess no. Alright, so let's move. So where have we been? Outside Studio 1, Detention Center. So we're gonna go to employee area. Alright. Nick! This is where they do all the behind the scenes stuff. Hey, look! There's Powers' dressing room. No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Alright, let's see. Examine. So this is his dressing room. There's a sign by the dressing room door. Will Powers. It must be neat to be the star and have your own room like this. You'd honestly be amazed at how crappy those rooms really tend to be. You would assume it would be like this glitz and glamour room, But it's really not. I mean, unless you're like a triple A artist, you know. But uh, no, it's not as awesome as it looks. It literally be like a, folding table, some folding chairs, something like that. Hey, what's up? I do not know how to pronounce your name. V's. We're just gonna call you V because I can't pronounce it and I don't want to fuck it up. The door to the dressing room is not locked. Can we sneak in? Hey, Nick, let's take a look inside. I like the way she thinks. I was already thinking we should look inside. Maybe we could find something as a souvenir. What do you mean, find? You never know. There might be something like the samurai spear. That is the murder weapon. We can't... Oh, my God. We don't need a spear. And that's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. Can we? Okay, so we'll sneak in there. We'll sneak in there. Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh? It's so normal. That's what I was saying. I was expecting some cool theme snacks or something like popcorn at least. Wait, look! Samurai soda! Nick, try this. Ladies first. Okay, so I see the remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. T-bone steak? That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. What? Yeah, that must be the storage room. That's where they keep all the film equipment. Wow, Nick, you know a lot about the industry. What else would they keep in a... Why else would they keep... What else would they keep in a film studio? Yeah, true. I kind of would have thought that too. A window into the dressing room. The glass is frosted, so I can't see inside. Okay. I think we searched everything. So let's see. Oh, you could slide. Okay. Oh, I would have missed this whole side, huh? Okay, so we checked this. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? Yeah, what is the point? It makes it a lot easier to go up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? Yeah, don't they? I thought so. There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably Neo-Old Tokyo Castle. Oh, there's metal. The metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could fit through there, I bet. I think so too. Or maybe like a murderer, right? Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right. Huh? Hey, I'm not a kid. But I still think she can fit through there. I feel like she could definitely fit through there. Okay, so we looked at, I guess, everything over here. Let's go inside. Power's dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping. Or at least this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right. And there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth for his sake. Okay, let's examine, shall we? There's some regular suits, in among the costumes here. Okay. Those must be his own clothes. It'd be fun to wear one of those costumes. I'd say you were already wearing one myself. She does look like she's wearing one. There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Ooh! This is the wig he used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Oh God, they did not do that. Nick, try this on. No. And how can you tell the name of the show just by looking at a wig? I kind of like samurai movies. Kinda. Sorry, that's my kid in the background. For those of you who don't know, I am definitely a mom. There's a bunch of snacks. Oh, there's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies. I told you guys, you would think it'd be fancy. Nick, I'm hungry. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets. How many stomachs does this girl have? Yeah, that's actually a good question. Oh, look. This might be proof that he really was taking a nap, though, because here is the pillow and here is the blanket, right? Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday. This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Look! An employee card key. That must be Powers'. It says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it? You mean borrow? Card key added to... Okay. We need this. But this is illegal on so many different levels. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Damn it. I did not mean to do that. Stop that. My partner is a thief in training. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. I see my hair is still nice and spiky, just how I like it. Just a minute ago, he was talking about cutting it off. It's locked. Looks like he doesn't open his window much. I guess it is kind of dusty outside. Okay, so I think... Okay. I just want to be sure that we checked everything. I think we did. Alright, so we did check. And we didn't really find anything. So, let's check out. Let's go back to the employee area. And... let's move to the studio main gate. I wonder if we can talk to her. No? Okay. I don't think we want to show her this. I don't think we want to show her this. So, should we go back to the detention center? Yeah. Alright, let's see. Apparently, they have Mr. Powers in questioning. Damn, I was so sure. Oh, look, pal. That camera takes a picture automatically whenever someone walks by. And it took a picture of Will Powers. Right. That's what they're talking about. I have to ask him about the photograph. Oh well. Let's try again later. Let's see. Let's see if we can go. Let's. Okay. Oh, is there new things to... No, okay. I wonder, can we present to him? No, I don't see how that would help us. So, okay. At worst, he could take it from us, but at best, he could tell us what the hell to do. Hey, detective, take a look at this. What's that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't show him that. He'll confiscate it. Oh, I just wanted to show it off. Okay, so... You know what? Maybe we can go and give it to her and she'll let us go through. Because, like, I don't fucking know. We're gonna try it. Oh, that! Isn't that a studio card key? You better watch it. The scene of a murder is no place for sightseeing. I'll be taking that. Hand it over. Wait, no, that's mine. Look, I don't have a card key to the studio, see? I want to go pay my respects to Jack Hammer where he died. Well, you'll just have to wait. Okay. So, okay, so I think it's safe to say that, yeah. She's not happy with us. Wait, she's the security guard. Why doesn't she have her own way into these places? What's going on, Nick? Power said he was sleeping in his dressing room. But now there's a photo of him going to the studio. Don't look at me. How should I know? Alright. What do you think? That photo the detective was talking about is the problem here. Well, that's hard to say without seeing the actual photo ourselves. But if it's Powers in that photo, his alibi is shot. We really need to see this photo. Only one person went to the scene of the crime before the murder took place. And there's a photograph to prove it. I guess it makes sense that the person is the killer then. What do we do, Nick? Maybe there was someone else who could have gone to the scene other than Powers. Let's take a look. Maybe that security lady missed someone. One thing's for sure. If there are any clues, they'll be in the studio. Okay, so... Okay. So we already talked to her. We... go here. But then it doesn't lead us anywhere else. Oh, it does work like that? Oh, son of a biscuit! Oh my goodness. It's funny because once again my daughter was like cheerleading in the background. I'm like, what? And she's like pointing at the thing like, click on it! And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. So funny. Alright, so... Oh, wait. Inside Studio 1. Alright. Ha! This is what his body looks like. You see the scribbly drawing? Somebody did not graduate art school at all. What is it? You're real quiet. You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here. And the still samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Let's examine. Oh my god. They have this is hilarious. They outlined where Jackhammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny. I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. No, that can't be, can it? Yeah, that doesn't make sense, now that I think about it. Huh. Okay. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. This girl is out there. Okay. Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Actually, they do. They do cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Why would you touch it? Hey, you! No touching that. Oh, wrong voice. She doesn't have a real tough demeanor. I'm sorry. My partner's kind of, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? Wait, no. Who are you? And it's like, who, me? I'm an assistant here. It's so funny because I gotta read the names and like try to keep up with the voices. It's so funny. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc., etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people? WP? Oh, Will Powers. WP, I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit. But, do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry. Leave it to us. Okay, let's talk to her. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes. I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see? Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Power's dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to the Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of girl do you think I am? What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. I'm sorry. So much for getting confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. Then they even have a photograph. Sorry. I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue. A lead. Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Oh, Penny Nichols, huh? Penny Nichols? Nice. Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks, that helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. So, you sense that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony. Nick, what about that security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. Okay, let's go grill her. Why not? There's nothing we can present, so let's go grill her. Besides, that's gonna be entertaining. Bet she does that thing where she speaks really, really fast and you have no idea what she's talking about. What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. We have. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30? Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from the outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Eek! Alright, you better tell me, and tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Her? She's not even a full-time employee. All you youngins are like the... I know it. Oh, God. Oh, stop. Oh, she left. Oh, she left while she was supposed to be working. I sensed someone getting fired. Fired! Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Yeah. No. Let's not leave. Examine. What the fuck is that noise? The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick! Maybe we could see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Try it. Okay, let's give it a try. I see that's a bird. I'm like, is that giving me a hint or something? You know how to work these things, right, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see, first... Okay, let's see. First I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. Oh! Court record. Didn't we see that? Oh. What was that? For the security camera. Oh, let me see. I want to say, could it be this one? Huh. Oh. Damn it. God darn it. Okay, we gotta hurry up and go look. Okay, we don't want to talk to you. We want to look at this. 307. My instinct. I did see this. I forgot it. My instinct said 307, but I was like, let's go with the opposite, right? Okay, move our asses. We gotta hurry up before she decides to come back. Yeah. Right? Yeah, we can see the photo. Yeah, I know. Okay, try it. Okay. Okay. We know it now. This one. Hey! It printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. What? Huh. How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15th. 2 p.m. Photo number 2. Wait, what was photo number 1? What does that mean? Oh, maybe number 1 is deleted, or maybe she gave number 1 to the detective? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. I mean, maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. She deleted it, I swear. She deleted it, because this is at 2, right? So doesn't that make this, hold on. Let me just, okay, 2:30. Yeah, photo 1 gotta be gone. Cause look, this is him walking around at 2. She said she saw him at 1:30. But this is literally 30 minutes before he was supposed to have killed him. What was he, speed walking? Nick, can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. Now, in real life, no. No, you can't. If you get evidence by illegal means, the evidence can no longer be used as evidence. That's how so many criminals got away during illegal wiretapping, because it was illegally placed. But hypothetically, who's going to legally let you tap? So it's kind of like, you know, how else are you going to get it done? So there must be something around, you know, a way around this. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right. We'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. No, we don't want to die. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some other idea who the real killer was. Yeah, the problem we're having is we have evidence that claims that he did it, and we know that he didn't, but we can't offer up an alibi. We can't offer up a reason of why he would need to kill him, and we also can't offer up anybody else that could have killed him. Maybe it really is that security lady. Really? Right, because she could look like that with that stature. Come on now, you know how we do it. We're gonna put the trial in there. We are not playing. We're gonna save, but you know I don't like to leave my stream without a trial. This is all the foreplay. That's the actual O. So we're going to definitely continue. Did I save? Yeah, I saved. Let's do this. Alright, let's do this. This is what we've been waiting for, has it not, Mr. Mysterious? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Okay, is it just me, or I actually like his opening statements. I like listening to them. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I would rip out all my hair if I had to do this. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. That would suck. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. Okay. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. My bad, had to the kids. Alright. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. She's definitely going to be somebody we have to interrogate, right? Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m., the production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Fuck it. I'm sorry, could you describe that one more time? Whatever, I just want to be sure. Okay. Alright. So everybody got their eyes open, right? Okay, so employee area. Okay, they did a run through the scenes there. The security lady that works 1 p.m. She was there at 1 p.m. The camera should have went off once. Wait a minute. Shouldn't the camera have went off when she arrived too? Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Now, the more I think about this, right? So, the camera went off only once. Like, she had to pass through there too, right? Where did she come from? Either, if the camera didn't go off, then that means that she came from somewhere that was already within the, in the studios, right? I don't know, I'm just putting this together as I go, but I'm pretty sure that that camera should have went off for her. See? Okay. Unless she came from a different direction. Okay. Alright. No. No, we would not like to hear that again. No. I didn't know that it was like going to be something that would just flat out be repetitive. I thought that you could, I thought that it was like something that was going to change the second time around. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Okay. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Yes, let's. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Oh my God. Ugh. Your name, please. Oh dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Oh God. Your name, please. Wendy. Windy old bag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. Oh, no. She was the captain of a chess club and blah, blah, blah. Objection! I object to the witness talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yesy, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Yeah, she is a hell of an old bag. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since this morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. Oh, Lord. She left her guard station. Who's to say she wasn't late? So, you saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Let's get it. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Test. So, up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go in the studio, right? Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Okay, run through since the morning. Had some errands, hold it, bitch. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. No, I don't know. Explain. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers observing, you know. What? Oh, hell. Look. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way, but, you know, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Still Samurai run-through, too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. Hold it. Did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks, not even a second? Of course! I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper? No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts at the gas station yesterday. I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper whapper. Snipper whapper? Old windbag is losing it, huh, Nick? Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? So, now the murder happened around 2:30 p.m., right? How did you know that? Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. Oh, God. Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by it, too. Two, are you sure? Sure as spit. That is nasty. Well, who was the man? Really? You should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Wow. Don't make dick jokes. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading... Okay. So you saw Mr. Powers. That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny? Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out that secret weapon. You goddamn right. Alright. Objection! Bitch! Let me get this straight, old bag. Or Mrs. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Yeah, take a good look. In fact, it is a nigga in a samurai suit, but how do you know it's our nigga in a samurai suit? None other than Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't! Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Nani? The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all of the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Let's hear about your proof then. Okay, let's see. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at this picture. Look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Nah. Hmm. So he had a sprained so he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. I don't think... Wait a minute. No. I don't think that's right. I don't think that sounds right. I want to take that back. Yeah, it proves nothing. And plus, I'll press her until she squeals. I don't want to press nothing on that bag's body. Alright. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Still Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. Oh, God. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Oh. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Please. Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Power's ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Okay. Apparently he sprained his ankle really bad. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. Are you absolutely sure? Huh. See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. So he did go take a nap. He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. Ooh. His samurai spear, the murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Okay. Okay, so... Yeah. Huh. Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is, where is this Still Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Still Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Still Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. No, it's not. I suppose that's right. Huh. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Still Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else got not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Oh God. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. The The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Okay, so time of death. Let me just double check. Okay, it was 2:30 p.m. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. I would have seen them. See, Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You'll let him have it, Edgy Boy. Edgy Boy. Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting. How convenient. Huh. Okay. Okay, so I don't know when I should. The only person I saw going to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. I feel like I'm thinking we offer up this, maybe. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Alright. Even I know that means it was taken 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it's really the only photo? Order! Order! Please, tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1 but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of those photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these new fangled computer things. Edgy boy, help? Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the still samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. Every day, after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it, now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. It was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part. This is a murder trial, Mrs. Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the points. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Come to think of it, couldn't she think of that a little earlier? Classic old windbag maneuver, yeah? Maya? Might be a useful tactic to remember for use in my future career as a windbag. Oh god, oh Maya. Let's find out more about this erased photo. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. A fanboy? Still samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Objection!
Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one else could get in. Those were your words. Well, you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. We did see that. We did see that, I ain't gonna lie. And I thought it was suspicious. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Huh. Order? Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a still samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right! As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. The court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
We can find this one. This one appears. Oh, this one.
Mr. Powers. Yes. Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the still samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The still samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a steel samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sound like that. Oh my God. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Let us hear who you have in mind, however. Be aware that this court does not take kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Oh God. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Oh gosh. Oh man. I don't really feel like the security lady could have done it. And if it really is a grade school boy, I don't feel like he would have done it. And the assistant girl, I haven't figured a motive of why she would do it. This is so tricky. But would the security lady have done it? Or is she just guilty of not being there? Like not really seeing as much as she thought she saw, or seeing more than what she is admitting to. So like, this is so tricky. I'm thinking we're gonna go with the security lady. Right. She's guilty of not doing her job, but she didn't commit the murder. And the assistant, she seems innocent. So I'm thinking it must be whoever she considered to be the grade school boy. Because so she's guilty of not doing her job. She's not guilty at all because she wasn't really, let me think. She was there. But where did she go? Maybe the grade school. Like, maybe whoever she's claiming is a grade school boy. Like, you know what?
Not for me.
Oh, God. It was. Wait a minute. But the security officer, she's the one who patched it back up. Damn it. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. But how would the assistant girl have done it? She said it seemed like someone was still there. And we have no evidence to prove that she did it. But we have evidence of the security lady touching the weapon. being there. However, the camera should have caught the security lady going in and out. The only person that it wouldn't have caught is the assistant girl. Fuck it. What? Well, I mean, could it? Damn. So yeah, it is the security guard. Fuck. It's gotta be her. All the evidence points at her, and I figured it was her. It's gotta be her. The still samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, old bag. What? Whippersnapper. Order! Order! Is this true, old bag? Old bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you. Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she had no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in the costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it being nice to the kids and mean to your elders day? Whippersnapper. I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the murder. Would it be this? Because it's been mended by her.
Don't tell me.
Wait a minute. You know, hypothetically, this card key is evidence in itself because he would have had to have committed the murder, go back in and put his card key back. But when he showed up, they immediately took him into custody. So, how would this have gotten back in his bag? Right?
Take that!
Is it this? That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The windbag. Speechless. This is going to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What was her name? Something old bag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned. All right. Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Mrs. Oldbag? What is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. My lips were sealed. Ooh. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on that day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it. See? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios all that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Let's see. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map... Oh yeah. Here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen off. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Miss Stolbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and you still talked. About something. Okay. There were some other people at the studio. Okay. So they were actually in the studio. Yes, the whole day. Wait a minute. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came. Then why didn't the assistant see anybody? I'll kill this woman, I swear it. I feel sorry for Edgeworth almost. She really left him hanging on this one. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Okay, so I held it on this. Okay. So it was the directors and producers, okay? They said they had nothing to do with it. She said they were convincing. They told her to pretend they hadn't been there. Them? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. Right, wait, so doesn't that mean that I didn't hold it on the... So I didn't hold it. Okay. Right. I'm just fast forwarding because I know what she said already on that part. Wait a minute. Okay, so we did go through this. I feel like there's... I don't have any. What did I miss? I held it on... I pressed on this. I pressed on this. I pressed on that. I pressed on that. And I pressed on that. So I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Huh. Yeah, I think that's it. I think. I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. I've pretty much gotten everything out of her. So okay. I don't know what to do. Do I? Present card key? No. Dang it. No, that's not right. No. No. Give me 1 second. I have to go to the facilities really quick. Mysterious, if you have a suggestion, notate it in the comments for me. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. Alright, we are back. Alright, so the photo, I was thinking through much deliberation in the facilities. Okay, is it did we ever even get to see the photo that the detective actually had? Like, did I not press him on something that I should have, which would have then made him give us the photo? Like, I'm wondering if that's the case. And if that's the case, that's really, really gonna suck. By the studio bigwigs. Dang. Okay. Okay. Studios on the day of the murder. Oh. There were people there on the day of the murder. I'm just making sure. Okay. I'm just trying to think. So what's really striking me odd is that the assistant also said that there was no one else there but her, but she felt like there was somebody else there. So it's kind of like, you know, something's up. So it's really making me a little bit suspicious. Okay, so okay, so I'm thinking, right, what if she never saw it? I'm honestly thinking that hold on one second. Sorry, that was my kid. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm thinking that honestly, when it gave the option a couple times to stop questioning her, I think I should have, because I feel there is evidence we just flat out don't have. And anytime it would give an option like that, we're not exactly losing the case. We're simply going to gather more information. So we're gonna take a break because I don't think we have what we need. We didn't see the photo that the detective had. We don't know any other possible people, but we do have more questions to ask other people. So, all right, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned. Okay. Okay, so we didn't get not guilty yet. But we did basically get through that part. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Aw, really, it's nothing. Or should I? Oh God. We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Still Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks, guys. Okay, alright. Wow, yeah, the episodes sure do get longer and longer. I was so sure we would get a verdict by that time. Well, we didn't get our verdict, but he's not guilty. Yet. He's not declared guilty yet. So, so far we're winning. So we're going to wrap this one up. Normally I like to go ahead and keep playing until I get a verdict, but what I'll do is I'll stream again this evening and we are going to get our verdict. And so I'm going to take a break. And this also gives everybody else a break and time to do whatever they'd like to do in the meantime. And then I will start this back up this evening, freshened and anew. So I hope you all enjoyed. And I will be seeing you guys this evening. Let us save. No sneak peeks.
Do you want some before I get some?